So I would say about 6 months ago, I was having the same routine. I just graduated college and I was working an engineering materials testing job. The job was good. Like, I definitely appreciated having the job, but it wasn't paying as much as I wanted it to. I think it was only paying like $30 an hour, which for an engineering job isn't that great, which is fine, but I wanted to pass the FE exam, and for engineering, that's the exam you have to take to get your PE license, which is like your stamp for designing bridges or buildings or whatever you're designing for civil infrastructure. But I was studying for it and I took it and I didn't pass, and I felt that was largely due to the fact that I wasn't dedicating enough time to it. And even when I was, it was on the weekends and it was very rushed, whether it was like an hour or two. So I was living I would say a pretty good life. Like, I was able to play in men's leagues for basketball, stay active in the gym. I was doing like the videos, going on like dates here and there, trying to stay social, going to church, working 5 days a week. And one night I was working out at the gym and I was bench pressing, and when I was re-racking the weight and I put it behind me, I thought I was on, because there's usually like there's 1 and 2 for the racks, and I thought there was one on the bottom rack because I kind of came up a little bit short. There wasn't, so it went behind me and I panicked, and instead of letting it fall, I caught it and I threw it over, and that motion actually caused the tendon in my right shoulder, right chest area to fully tear and rupture off. But I didn't know what it was at the moment. It kind of just felt like a electric shock, so I had to go for an MRI 5 days later, which was kind of late, but I got the MRI and they said that I fully ruptured my pec major tendon, and if I didn't get surgery, I would lose about 70 to 80% of my strength. But I knew what I had to do, so I told my job, hey, I have to get surgery. I won't be able to drive, I won't be able to work for like 6 to 8 months. So I basically had to quit that job just because of the condition. And I was tearing up a little bit. I was crying just because I was like so devastated that I felt like things were going so well. I didn't really have anything to complain about. And I remember my dad said, well, the one thing you can do, you can control, is making sure that you pass this exam the next time. So even though you're not going to be able to have like full like strength in like your right arm, right shoulder, just do the best you can and try to focus and put more time in studying for the FE exam. So I was studying every day for it, and I took the exam, and the night before I took the exam, I knew how much I worked and studied for it, and I was just so afraid because I knew that I gave everything I had. Like, I literally no distractions because I was hurt. Like, there was nothing, I couldn't drive, I couldn't do anything. So I knew I studied, I did my best, and the fact that I did my best and there was a potential that I could still fail really scared me for some reason. And I went in and took the exam. It's like a 6 hour exam. And I went home, and for the next week, you had to wait for the results. I couldn't do anything. Like, obviously, like, I couldn't go to the gym. And I just had so much fear. I just was so afraid of failing the second time, because at least I knew that I couldn't use the excuse of, well, I wasn't really trying. And I couldn't hide behind that. So it was a pretty vulnerable moment for me. And I got the results back a week later, and I opened the email, opened my eyes, and I saw on the bottom right, in a box, coloring green, passed. And I was really excited, but I couldn't really like jump up and like celebrate as much as I wanted to, just because like I was in a sling or whatever. But I was really excited because I knew that if I hadn't studied or even like gotten hurt, I wouldn't have like studied as much, and I probably wouldn't have like passed that exam. That was a moment where I knew I had to like keep going and like build my way up. So I was like, all right, so applying for hundreds of jobs on LinkedIn. I got 3 interviews and they didn't select me. I was really confused, and I reached out to one of my friends, and I know he was working for an engineering company in Boston, and I said, hey, I'll be honest, is your company hiring? And he said, well, let me check. And he reached out to the boss, the owner, and they said that we're only hiring one more person, but we would like to have your friend for an interview if he's interested. So I was like, yeah, of course. I went in and I kind of gave, like, I used all the tips that I had learned from the previous 3 interviews. And, you know, I felt like it was pretty good. Like, this was a better location than all the other places. It paid more than the first job I had that I had to leave. So everything kind of like built its way up. So I was like, you know, God, like, you put me in a position that before, if I took the FE exam again, I could focus more and I could pass it, and I did. Now let's make this make sense. Like, I need to get a job and use this EIT license. So 3 or 4 hours later, I went home and I got an email, and it was from them, and they said, "Hello, Thomas, congratulations, we'd like to offer you a position." And that was very, like, rewarding, just because I knew how, like, hard I worked, and obviously I had to, like, thank my friend. And I look back at that now, that job that I had before, I don't think that job would have pushed me, and it didn't pay as much. So I found a job that paid almost twice as much, built up most of my strength back, have the FE license, and built character through adversity. I've had things got removed, for sure, but I learned and gained lessons from this difficult moment that, you know, 6 months ago I wouldn't have thought I would have had, because when you have those moments of adversity, you have to push yourself into areas that you wouldn't have otherwise. So 6 months ago, I was kind of just not really pushing myself, being comfortable. And then when there was only one thing to do, it made me push myself and study harder for the exam and work harder in the gym with lower body and eventually upper body, and just become a more well-rounded version of myself.